Hey everybody! Today I'm going to be talking about if you should make a Twitch or if you're thinking about making a Twitch channel for an artist, or if you are an artist. A lot of people make videos about if you should make YouTube, how it is making money on YouTube, and I'm sure you've heard the same story over and over again about how YouTubers don't make that much money, especially if they're an artist. I don't know much about it myself, but from what I've experienced on YouTube, it seems to me that it's not the best platform for art and artists and creatives. Yes, there are some people who make it, but as far as I've seen, it's only a couple of people. It's not like the gaming community or anything like that. On one hand, I think that YouTube is a really great platform for getting yourself out there. I think you should have as many media avenues as possible, as many ways for people to see your art, and I think YouTube's a good way to get to know you as an artist, because a lot of people want to meet the artist and get to know them. In that sense, yes, I do agree with making a YouTube, but I think on top of that, the best ways I've found to get myself out there as an artist is Instagram, going and selling art at conventions, and Twitch. So those are the three best ways I've found. So maybe you found different things, but this is just about my experience, I suppose. I haven't been on Twitch that long, but I'd say I've been on Twitch for about a couple of months now, and the feedback and support that I've found in that community is far beyond anything I experienced on any other form of social media and ways to share my art. On Instagram, I've been working on that for about 5 months or so, and I have almost 160 followers. So that's about 5 months of work, and in about a month and a half of work on Twitch, I've accumulated almost 40 followers. So in my opinion, that seems like a bit of a better reaction. It seems like the community's accepted me a lot better, but how can you be successful on Twitch? Okay, in this video, what I'm drawing in the background is designs that I started making for my overlay on Twitch. I think in the future I will make a tutorial on how to make a Twitch account and how to stream on Twitch as a creative artist. On top of that, as a person who has a Mac, because I think a lot of artists use Mac, and a lot of the people who are on Twitch obviously play video games. It makes it a little bit difficult when you're trying to get information. So hopefully I can do just a whole video on everything you need to do. The video is more about like if you should even start one. First of all, if you're going to do Twitch, you have to make a commitment. I stream Tuesday to Saturday, 11 to 5 p.m. That's PST. So that's the time zone doesn't matter. It's the amount of hours, and those hours just work for me. I've tried putting in more hours, but I obviously have a lot of other things that I try to do, such as Instagram and YouTube, and it's just a little bit too much to try and force myself to do so many things, and I even forget to post on Instagram every day because of those long hours on Twitch, and I still have to take care of my house, and do, and clean and stuff. For me, I need to have a clean environment to work in. That's why I chose those hours, because it gives me enough time to take care of my chores that I have set aside for the day, to make supper for myself, and to work on my other social medias, such as the YouTube, and making sure I have sketch posts for that day and everything. So, and like I said, even on top of that, with those long hours on Twitch, I still mess it up. I think that time management is another key thing that you need to have if you're going to do a Twitch, because if you can't manage your time properly, and even I'm having trouble with it, of course, starting out, you're going to have some setbacks, and you're not going to be as productive or as efficient as you will later on down the line. Like, obviously, these big YouTubers, they figure out a way to edit videos that works for them, and then they're able to put out these videos consistently. Whereas with myself, I'm just starting out. I feel that I'm just starting out, even though I've been doing it for a few months now, and I still feel like I'm getting the hang of things. One big thing I can say for time management is set a lot of alarms. I have an alarm to wake me up, an alarm to tell me to do my morning workout, an alarm to say, okay, now you have to get ready for the day and like do your chores and stuff, alarm to take my medication. I have so many alarms, and I probably don't even have enough alarms at that. I should probably make some more so that I make sure I'm even more on schedule. So you probably want to get yourself a planner. I have one, but mine only started in September, so I was waiting for it to be September before I could start using it. So hopefully that'll help when I can finally start using my planner so that I can plan out when I'm going to do videos, when I have to film the videos. You might only be doing Twitch, but maybe you're one of those artists like myself. I want to start doing a comic book. I want to make a dating simulator game. I have all these things that I want to do that take a lot of time. A lot of that stuff I can put on Instagram, I can put on Twitch, I can put on YouTube, but a lot of this stuff I can't, such as actually me sitting down and writing. I might write about how to make a dating sim, probably not the comic book because there's a million videos out there already, but the dating sim I probably will make videos about when I get started on that. The actual sitting down and writing process, that's just me time. Like I need to sit down and write dialogue and write all this stuff out, and I can't stream that. That's not interesting, right? So once I start to actually design the characters, that's the kind of stuff I can stream, but you need to make sure you set aside those days that will allow you to work on your other projects as well if you're going to do Twitch. Another thing I would highly suggest if you're going to do Twitch is get an external mic. People like to see the person, so obviously you should probably have a webcam. Now, I guess the external mic isn't mandatory. I just like it because the mic in my computer is further away from my voice, and before I got my mic, I felt like I had to yell, and I still on occasion talk very loudly on stream because I feel like I have to yell at the people because they're so far away because they're in the internet. I don't know. I guess I'm just a weirdo, but a mic, having an external mic and having it be close to your face makes you feel like you don't have to yell. I think you should also have a comfy workspace or a comfy chair. YouTube, I've never made any money off YouTube. Instagram, never made any money off Instagram. If you want to make money, the money's on Twitch. That's where it is. There are some really kind, sweet people that want to support you. Even if I have an online store, people can buy my products, but there's some people that decide they just want to give me $5 here and there. And that's, personally, I would feel more comfortable if they bought stuff from my store, because I feel like then they're getting something for their money, not just throwing it at me. But if you are going to make a Twitch, it's a good way to promote your online store. It's a good way to get people interested in maybe your comic that you're making or your series of paintings that you're doing or whatever. It'll get people interested in it. If you want feedback on your art, make a Twitch because it's super good for that. I have gotten so many ideas from just streaming and talking to the people who watch my stream, and the community that you form on Twitch is going to be a lot better than, in my opinion, anywhere else. I have a Tumblr. I've never found that the people on Tumblr are very nice. Instagram, people are fairly standoffish, but they do communicate with you a lot more. YouTube is like a drop in the ocean. Like if you're putting something on YouTube, it's gone forever. Like you're just throwing a line out into an empty sea, trying to catch one fish. YouTube is more like for people who watch me on Twitch or follow me on Instagram, things like that. I feel like it's a way for me to, if someone asks me, hey, like this is an example. On my last stream, someone asked me if I did traditional art, and I was able to say, I have a video on my YouTube channel that is me literally flipping through my sketchbook. And so if you want to see all my most recent traditional art, go to that video. So it's a way for me to answer a question without having to stop what I'm doing on stream and physically show my traditional art on the camera, right? I can just say, go watch this video and you'll see my art. Or if someone wants to know, oh, I don't know, so you go to conventions. That's another question I got. Is someone a while back, someone was asking me if I could give them any advice on going to conventions and things. And so I was able to send them to my YouTube channel because I had made a video on exactly that, on what you should do at conventions, and if you're thinking about doing conventions, what you should do. So it's a lot more personal than the people on YouTube, but at the same time, because you're sitting there and people can talk to you directly and have you answer them right away, you get a lot of trolls. So you have to have a bit of a tougher skin. So if you have any insecurities, Twitch is not the place for you, my dude, because people are going to find those insecurities instantly and throw them in your face. I think that it's a great way to promote your online store if you have one. It's just a great way to promote yourself as an artist. It's something you have to try out, but you have to commit to it. And if you don't commit to those long hours, you're not going to get a following. I guess the last thing is make sure that all your branding is, I can't say this enough, all of your branding is coherent and nice and clean. If you're an artist, you should have no problems making sure that all your overlays and everything match and look cute or look the same and suit your personality or your channel. If you're an artist and you get one of those free overlays, you're a scrub. Sorry, but that's the truth. You need to man up and make your own stuff, because that's what people expect, I think. People expect you to make your own stuff if you're an artist. So do it. So that's what I have to say about that. Bye.